Hello, good evening, viewers. Wherever you are watching us from, you are watching a Rono Talk, which is a real talk here at Rono Studios. I'm your host, Tito Favor, an African man. And tonight, I'm in the house. I'm joined by Dr. Love with a great topic which we're going to discuss here in the studios. And the topic which we'll be discussing today is divorce and its consequences. What are the consequences of divorce? Why, when people they divorce, what will be the result after they divorce, and why people should not even divorce? So we have Dr. Love, who is going to teach us, who's going to tell us about this great topic. So make sure be connected to this program until to the end of the program. Make sure share this platform, share this page to all your Facebook page and also to WhatsApp group. Make sure you copy the link and you paste it into all your WhatsApp groups so that everybody can be connected and get educated to this wonderful topic which we're going to have here in the studios with Dr. Love. So remember also to comment what you think or any comment which you feel about this topic. You can drop your comment there in the comment section. Even a question. Do you have a question during the discussion? Maybe a question that has popped up in your mind, so you can drop your question there down in the comment section to ask. Remember, this program is sponsored by Sajotech and also Lono Studios. Mobile phones, you need a good phone, you need good headset, best picks here at Lono Studios and also Sajotech Mobile. That's where we will sell some phones. So right now we'll go on break, then when we come back we'll be joined by Mr. Dr. Love. Stay tuned.
Lono Studios cares about your memories, and what better way to keep your memories than having pictures and videos. As Lono Studios, we cover events such as weddings, kitchen parties, chilanga mulilo, birthday parties, as well as corporate events. If you are looking for quality pictures and videos for such events, look no further than Lono Studios. Visit and like our Facebook page at LonoZM.
Back, you're watching a real talk. Okay, so allow me to introduce Dr. Love. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you for hosting me.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to see you.
Pleasure.
And how has been your day?
Yeah, it has been fine. It has been fine. We've been running up and down.
Okay.
Of course.
Good to hear that.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Sir, so like tonight we have this topic which we want to discuss, which is divorce and its consequences. What are the consequences of divorce? And I believe people, they know what it means by divorce.
Of course.
Yeah, it has been there for many years and many years and many years. So now we want to know now the consequences about this divorce, because I'm sure there's some people who are planning to say, I think right now, let me just divorce. So maybe during this time which we're going to have in the studio, they can find answer from this discussion which we're going to have this night.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I have some questions here. So the first question is like, why there are so many cases of divorces right now?
I think it all boils down to the foundation of marriage.
Okay.
If she chupo chambilishan, how did they meet? What were they looking for when they were getting married? Or too often, Ganino and Shtabantu, they're just looking at, if it is on the women's part, they're getting married out of seeing a person material. He's got a good job. He's famous. He's handsome. That's the only reason that she wants to get married. And Ninkula, I need to get married. Okay, that's not the core reason why a person should get married. So the moment they enter into marriage and reality sets in, the beauty of in that man is not being seen, because they are getting used to seeing it. Probably because of money, the man loses the job. Yeah. He loses the business. They start thinking, I need to get out of this. If they don't are getting out, they start cheating because they want to get what they wanted initially. They had intended to get. So that is the main reason. People are going there for the wrong reasons. That is why there are a lot of reasons. And they're not even prepared. Sometimes they're just pushed in. If it is the men, they're just pushing because of the feelings, sexual feelings. They feel, I should get married. Ninkula. I think I'm attracted to that woman. Not knowing that there is a lot involved in marriage. So those are basically some of the reasons why people are not staying in marriages.
Okay. So you have just mentioned to say because of some wrong reasons to say maybe the guy is handsome.
Yes.
Maybe he has a lot of money. So
Yeah.
let me go for this partner.
Yes.
So when you look at this, you find that it leads to divorce. So now you find that maybe here is a person. I'll go about him. Okay, let me say it. So now, how should the foundation for someone has to be?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, you need to understand what is marriage itself.
Okay.
What is expected of marriage? What is expected of a partner? First, a woman has to have the qualities of being a wife for her to go there. She has to be grown up enough to get married. She has to be mature enough to get married. Again, for the man, it's the same thing. He has to be aged enough to get married. He has to be mature enough for marriage. He has to have the qualities of being a husband. And they have to understand, marriage is not all rosy as we watch on TV always. No, there are bumps, and how can you overcome those? So a person has to understand before they get in there, they have to understand, won't be laughing, won't be kissing. We are kissing as boyfriend. When you get there, reality sets in. There are kids to take care of. There's finances to take care of. There are rents to take care of. There are dreams to take care of. There are careers to take care of. Now that love starts weighing in. Also responsibility to take care of. You need to start caring for that person. You need to remember, love has to be cultivated. Now, people often forget the reasons why they were there in the first place. They start forgetting. A woman starts feeling lonely because she's not being taken care of. If it is a man, he's used to going out. He wants to still go out when he's married. He has forgotten his responsibility. The woman also wants to hang out with the friends and go and party. She's forgetting that she's married already. So they need to be taught right from the start. This is what is expected of marriage. You don't want to this is what you'll be finding. So when a person is not ready, they are thinking it's so rosy, it's so fun. When they get there, of course they find, this is not what I signed up for. Of course that is what you signed up for. Okay? So they need to understand what is involved in marriage. And the problem, Naisa Sanga, is the young ones, the youngsters that want to get into marriage. They're not asking, they're not consulting the elders. The elders. Finch to kesa sanga muchupo. What are we supposed to do? Because they think, no, it's just supposed to be a boyfriend, that's supposed to be loving, you're supposed to be romantic, you're supposed to be outgoing. And you think when you're in marriage, you're supposed to be outgoing? No, thank you. There are a lot of things that have to be involved in marriage.
Okay. So like you have said, the cardinal part is about the foundation.
Foundation, yes.
Even when you're building the house, if the foundation it is weak,
yes,
the house it will collapse.
Of course.
Yeah. So you have to make sure that the foundation is
firm.
It's firm.
Yes.
That's when the house is going to be strong as well.
Yes.
So now here is a couple
Yes.
who wants to get into marriage. Then you have just mentioned to say you have to know your partner to say this partner of mine is matured or is ready to be a husband or a wife.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell to say this one is a marriage material or this one is not? Is it possible to tell?
It is, but it's not always easy.
Okay.
Like they say, love is blind. You know, we go there. You're looking at a person, okay? I'll be starting with the women first.
Okay.
The woman look at the man, because that's what she's looking for. He should be financially stable. Of course, this is financially stable. He's got a job. He's got a name. And she thinks each and every man that wears the trousers can be a husband. No. There are qualities that man has to have. And herself again, for a man again on the other side, he also has to look at the woman. She's not supposed to be just beautiful. She's pretty, she's sexy, she looks nice, and you think she's going to get married. She's going to be a good wife. Or she's very outgoing, or she's well-spoken, she's very educated. Those are not the qualities that we're looking for. We're looking for qualities. They have to be inside, not outside. So right from the start, is this person really worthy of being a good wife? Can they tell? When they are young, it's sometimes some are matured enough to see, others are not. That is why you need to get involve the elders. Consult them. Or too often, Abanta folks are consult. They think because then they think they know everything. It is better, it is more even viable if a woman goes or the man goes, Kubakalamba, and ask. Take them out, take the man out. Let them meet your friends, let them meet your family, and the elders, the mature ones, and ask them, how do you think about that guy? How do you think about that girl? Is she really a good one? The elders will see something you can't see. They will tell you, no man, that one won't respect you even when you get married. Did you see how she presented herself when you talked about your family? She didn't want to hear anything. So that one won't even love your family. Even the other guy, on the other guy, the guy's part, you see how she responded? Do you know how he responded? He didn't like you talking about the friends, right? He just wants to hang out with you. He comes to your house, what does he do? She goes watching TV. She doesn't want to clean your house. Do you think she's going to clean the house when you get married? So you can tell by consulting if you can see, because your eyes can just see that much. Just like it's in football. That's why you have coaches outside the pitch. That's why they are the ones that can see the mistakes. Those that are playing can't see it. So the outsiders will come and tell you and say, this is not. But it's not that you have to take each and every advice they gave you. You have to weigh when you're happy. Maybe they could not be seeing what you're saying. But it's better to consult so that you can get a good answer.
Okay. So when we maintain the when we build the good foundation.
Yes.
So which means we won't have these numbers of divorce. We can't have the numbers of divorces so long as the foundation
is right. Yes. Basically, the biggest component. I think the biggest thing that will determine about whether they are going to divorce or they're not going to divorce. It's who they are. Is the man wanting to strive to make the relationship work? Is the woman wanting to strive to make that marriage work? If at all those people, there'll be differences. But if at all people have first the right intentions when they're getting married, this is why I'm getting for. They even understand what they are involved in marriage. They have consulted. They have learned. If at all people have that heart to persevere, of course there will be bumps here and there. But they have the heart to make things work, and they are submitting to their partner and the other one without pride. I want to make my husband happy. I want to make my wife happy. We can really reduce the rates of divorce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the next question: what are the common reasons why couples divorce?
Let's talk of the modern day. Social media has really hit marriages very hard.
Social media.
Yes. It's not bad. It's a very good thing. I think it's a good bad thing. It's the only bad thing when you use it badly. But it's a very good thing. Okay? We are here because of social media.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We've learned a lot of things because of social media. We've seen a lot of things because of social media. But because people are using it badly, that is one of the most common reasons why people are getting divorced. I've always asked people, you find a man is married, a woman is married. They are every day they are trying to post their pictures. They are trying to show the world how pretty they are, how beautiful they are. Then you ask yourself, why are they doing it? They're already married. And somebody joked, they said, why can you be displaying a product that is already taken? So now here is what happens. A woman posts herself there. And like I said, people are not cultivating that love. And people ask, why you look pretty. You're very handsome. Okay, you've got very beautiful kids. She's not getting that love from the husband. What do you think they're gonna get? What's gonna happen? They're gonna get getting attracted. The man is posting himself, is posting all the time, is there. Women are looking there. Who is a handsome guy? Why is posting? He's got cars. And you see what people they really want to see. Women fall in love with what they see. He's got a nice house. He's got a nice car. What happens? They go into their inboxes. What happens after they go in their inboxes? They start chatting. And after chatting, what do they end up? They end up in a sack. That is the problem. So, one of the things that people should really get a look out for is social media. Social media has really made a lot of people to lose their marriages. And another thing is pride. Biggest reason. Pride. Where a woman thinks she's special, I'm educated. Why should I bend to this man? I've got a job. Why should I bend to this man? And the man is also thinking, each and every woman when I pass, she's saying hello, they are smiling at me. Why should I stick around with you? I've got a job. I can get any woman I want. I've got the money. That is a problem. And another one that has even been the biggest reason why people divorce. It's summed up by one word: selfishness. You want to be loved, you don't want to love. You want to be given, you don't want to give. You want to be cared for, you don't want to care. Okay? You want to be listened to, you don't want to listen. Okay, you want to advise, you don't want to be advised. Okay, you want to be given what you want, you don't want to get. So that's the selfishness. When it just comes down to selfishness, then you cannot. You want to be too jealous, you want to be possessive, you want to own that person. I don't want them to be talking to the person. If it is men, you are going to find they tell the woman, I don't want you to work, I don't want you to go to the market, I don't want you to have friends. That's the selfishness. But whereas the other person wants to have friends, if he's a man, he wants to make friends with women, but he doesn't want. So these reasons are most of the common reasons why people are divorcing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that some they divorce because maybe they were forced by their parent to say, "Yo, we want you to marry that person."
Yes.
How true is that?
There has been a case, funny enough, as I just heard last week, somebody was saying he wasn't ready to get married. Then the mother pushed him. You are old enough to get married. They said, okay, I'm gonna get married. And the mother pushed in a woman and he started dating. Well, he said he dated that woman for 1 year and he didn't sleep with her. That's what he said. Then when he got married and he came to find that she's got a tattoo written in her loins. This is for George. Now the man says, I'm seeing a tattoo which cannot be rubbed, and he says, this is for George. I cannot stick around. So it's normally wise not to get married because out of pressure. You can get married out of consulting people, but not because of pressure. People shouldn't push you into getting married. You should only get married because you are ready, because you feel you are ready to get married. Not because of age, not because of the community. Because at the end of the day, when you are seated in that house, it's going to be the two of you. It's the one woman, one man show. And another reason that I left out, abuse, which has been very common, gender-based violence, especially on the part of men. Men have not been so much caring to their women. The moment they feel that they can't get hold of the woman and control her, kwambo kumuma, you don't have to. I've always said no woman deserves to be beaten. No woman deserves to be ridiculed. No woman deserves okumusalula, okumutukensele. That again has been the reason. The man wants to think he can control or beat the woman into submission. That is one of the biggest reasons again that has been causing divorce.
I've heard that even in some churches, they are now contributing to people to divorce.
Yes.
By now, by church, at Varela, the Varesta Shani. So I don't know how true is that even church now is contributing to people to divorce.
In fact, churches are contributing to both. Keeping people in wrong marriages, which they are not supposed to be, because I've always said the basis of marriage has to be just three.
Yeah.
There's love, there's respect, and somebody is treasured. Now, churches are now beating that. They're trying to tell people, no, stay. Again, churches on the other side, I'm not blaming them. Good churches are good, and they're teaching morals, and they're trying to beat morals into people. But again, they also contribute. You find women don't want to submit to their husbands, but they want to submit to their pastors. They can't listen to their husbands, but they listen to their pastors. You find a man comes home over the weekday and the wife is gone. Where is she? She's gone for prayers. Then the husband says, why are you not at home? I want to eat. The kids are not taken. No, nachia moku paper. I think people need to find a balance. Okay, between prayer and the marriages, and not too often I've heard the joke people saying, if you want to see the respect that a woman can level on a man, is when the pastor is there. That's when she even brings the best plates and serves the pastor. But the husband has been there. She doesn't serve those plates. She doesn't even tafukama no kufukama. So one way or another, the church has to, I think, try to regulate how these things are handled. I think they should be saying, okay, this is the time that these women have to be at home and tender for their husbands. Otherwise, if they don't do that, they're going to find that women, sometimes they go beyond. They feel they just deserve so much. The church is so much deserve respect. The husbands don't. And that's where again the conflict starts, and the man feels, I don't think I need that. And sometimes if a man doesn't go to an extent of divorcing, the man thinks, I think I'm being lonely, the woman is not taking care of him. He goes and finds another woman that won't be taking care of him.
You have reminded me of something. A pastor now was saving a pambali sana. Then husband kuwa
pera ordinary, like the same plate that the kids feed in.
Many houses the plates which they keep in mind.
Yeah, the display panel. Yeah. Yeah.
Their husband.
It's just for the special guests.
That's for special guests.
Yes.
So in short, my husband Tema special guest.
Yeah, but they have gotten used to them seeing them every day. They feel like there's no specialty. Just like in Ngawaya Kumushi, when you arrive, they start killing in Koko. 2 days, 3 days down the line, they feel train Mulimeko. So the same thing happens in marriages where the people start forgetting. Even the husbands, and I've always encouraged men. My common saying, the maxim has been Umwana Kashiwa Kulela. I've always asked, do you still love that wife of yours the way you loved her when she was a girlfriend, when she was a fiancée? Because what often to Labako, I ask people, do you still remember her favorite drink? Do you still remember what she loves? No, they don't. They forget. Forget about it. And the women also forget about their husbands. They are taking care of so much. They are taking their attention so much drives to Kubana. They are forgetting. Even dressing up. They stop dressing up. Even men stop dressing up. But they follow when they smell nice, and the woman would, I want to touch him. Or the husband, I want to. But the moment they stay 3-4 years, the women forget about dressing up. But they don't want to dress up, and the man feels they're not finding them attractive. In the end, they start splitting apart. If there's a fight, they start insulting each other. They start putting out. They feel, I think we need to divorce. But do they really need to divorce? No, they don't. It's just that they're not putting in the effort. They're not cultivating that love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Education. Education, I've heard that it also contributes whereby maybe the wife,
yes,
she wants to pursue more
further studies
than the husband. So you find the husband is refusing the wife to pursue more studies.
Yes.
Then you find at the end they start misunderstanding, fighting. How is it that way?
That's a pretty wide subject, but I'll streamline it.
Okay.
There's sometimes that fear of men. Men don't like women that are very powerful. You're going to find that would fancy a very educated girlfriend, but not too much. We don't want that, because usually when a person starts going up there, even if they're not educated, but they have a lot of money, they feel that they don't need to submit. I have the money. Why should I be submitting to you? They are forgetting that when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriage, it's not about how much money you have. Even the president has to bend. If the president fights with the wife, you find our president will be dealing down to the wife. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. That's the way marriage is. You're not a president in the house. You know, if you're a commander in the military, you're not a commander in the house. You're a husband. Okay? So that is where the problem starts. So you're going to find that men fear women going for further studies and going there, because they fear that the moment they'll not be submissive. And one of the biggest reasons, again, has been that when people are subjected to further education, they go there. There's a lot of playing around. A lot. You find that themselves, the people that are in colleges and universities, they tell you that they are investors. Now imagine there's a man that is modest. Okay, he's here in Kasama. All he does afford is send a 200 or 300 to the wife over the weekend. Then she's in Lusaka, where the people, they're investors, driving big cars and with a lot of money. She'll be modest at first. They go, they come back. In the end, she's just thinking, why can't I also go out?
Yeah.
They'll be tempted because they're trying to keep up with the peers. So that also has been the fear why men don't want to have the women that are educated, or they don't want to send their women to college. One, they fear they're going to cheat, or if they don't cheat, when they come back, they are not going to be submitted. They feel, I've got everything. So even if they have to bring down themselves to the level of being a wife, they feel, not quite, I've got a master's degree. Why should I be taught this? Why should I be taught that? So education, in a way, does make men feel uncomfortable, especially having the most educated women or having the women with a lot of money. Yeah.
I've heard one of was my friend Agawati. They were married.
Yes.
Okay. Then the man was working at first. Then later on, the wife she started working. So now, at the end, the man started feeling jealous because I don't know if it was jealousy.
Yeah.
He was feeling bad. The wife, she started working as well. So the man was like, no, I want you to stop working.
Yeah.
And if you continue working, we're going to divorce.
Yeah.
So they end up, instead of sorting out the problem,
Yeah.
the girl was like, okay, since you don't want me to be working, then one mistress to be home. Okay, we're going to divorce.
Yeah.
So that's how they
divorced.
They divorce.
It's not a good reason. It's not a good reason to divorce. One of the reasons, again, men can be selfish. Like I said, it boils down to the word selfishness. Where a man wants to possess a woman, he doesn't want the woman to be in control of herself. If she feels that it's going to be not going to be submissive. Of course, some do turn out to be that. But I've always encouraged women that, you see, marriage is not a career. Don't fall for a man that tells you that don't work. Don't fall for a man that tells you shouldn't be doing business. I've always said women die first, What if he dies? How are you going to survive? No, you don't. What if the business goes bust? What is he going to do? How are you going to survive if you're not supporting him financially? It is best that a woman should be working. It's best that a woman can be doing business so that they can support each other. It's even healthy. But sometimes, where you observe that it's just maybe clicks in the mind. You try to tell a woman. At first, she would listen, Then she's now educated. She's now got a business. Then you tell her something she doesn't listen. You'll be thinking, but it's not always the case. It could be that she has just found a ground that she wants to defend herself and say, but this is not right. But you feel, because by the time she wasn't working, she wasn't replying, you're thinking, it's the job that has made her that. No, she just probably has known her rights. It is always best to find a balance. Again, with women, they need to tone down and not display that, because they are now educated, because they have got the money, they are not listening to their husbands. I think there has to be a balance in between.
Career-wise, I know this is a broad topic, career and marriage.
Yeah.
I'm sure even careers, they have lead also to divorces.
Yes.
I find that maybe the woman, maybe if is putting much time to her career than to the family.
There has to be a balance. There has to be a real big balance. I've seen couples that have divorced, couples that are well-to-do. She's very educated, she's a director. Every now and then she's traveling. She has to go outside the country for meetings and seminars and stuff. And when she comes, she's busy with the meetings within town. She's not taking care of the family. That is where the balance has to be struck. Even with men. Men, even if they have a lot of money, they need to find time for their wives. If you don't find time for their wives, somebody else will find time for them. That is the problem. We have always said, if you don't feed your monkey, somebody will feed them for you. Which the monkey is like bananas, Yes. Don't feed your monkey. Somebody will give the banana to that monkey. So we need to balance there. So you find a woman, if she's career oriented, she's going to find that the husband feels out of place, and stuff. Then if I start finding a side check, because he wants, there in the end, the wife discovers, you're having a side check, we have to divorce. If it is the man on the other side is being negligent because he's so busy, he has got no time, because he thinks that I just need to strive to work for my family, but he's forgetting that he's got a responsibility as well. She has to be there. Take her out. Even if you have all the money in the world, you need to find time to take your wife out. You need to find time to sit your wife. You need to find time to be talking and exchanging views with your wife. So often, they feel neglected. They find, then I'm going to find a spare tire. Side nigga. But we've got them. So that is a problem. So we need never to neglect our partner. We should always be remembering that there's somebody at home that I need to take care of. I need to talk to them. They have to be my friend. We need to be interactive. I need to find time to talk to them and interact, just like we used to when you're boyfriend and girlfriend. As much as it can be hard, yes, but you need to strive, because that is how you can make the marriage work. Yeah. All
right. So before we go on break, I have this last question which I want to ask. They say cleanliness next to godliness. We have seen what in a preamble you have mentioned to say that the first part, once they were used to dress properly, looking nice.
Yes.
Then after then you are So I've heard that even that whereby a lady or a woman, she has stopped taking care of herself, for makeup, it has contributed also many to divorce their partners, whereby ngafuma pansi arisangati
kobali bambi
moneka wino then ndalolesha madamu ale monati madamu
tale moneka fidale moneka
so naena ukukana okumoneka wino ma ladies na feel contribute to divorce.
Yes, in a way it could not be the reason why Monica would have said divorce, but what will cause them is this. Woman is not dressing up. She finds, and that is one of the signs that you need to see that the marriage is in trouble. Woman she's not putting an effort in looking nice. The man is not putting an effort in looking nice. The way he dresses, it's okay because he doesn't care. I'm married you. Why should I care? So the woman doesn't find the wife, the husband attractive. Even in the end, when they are making love, she doesn't want to make love. He doesn't look attractive anyway. He doesn't dress up. He doesn't hygiene. He doesn't want to brush his teeth. Doesn't want to bath nice. So the wife feels I can't be making love to him. I need to find a replacement. Replacement as in not divorcing, but basically cheating. So in cheating, what is gonna end up? It's going to be divorce. So in the end, you're going to find they don't dress up. The man doesn't find their wife attractive because she doesn't dress up. Every time because they're tendering for the kids, the man doesn't find the woman attractive. When they go to bed, they don't want to make love. Why? Because they're not finding her attractive. In the end, he decides to find the women that are outside there. They're dressing nice. They are pretty. So he starts finding comfort there. The wife discovers he's cheating. In the end, she's thinking, I think we need to divorce. Or if she doesn't want to divorce, she says, I don't want to divorce. I'm going to find somebody else as well. So that also, not taking care of yourself can cause to people to think of going out. In the end, they'll end up divorcing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so viewers, you are still watching Real Talk here. So we'll go on break. Then when we come back, then you're going to continue with this great topic. Remember to invite your friend and also to drop your comments. Any question which you want to ask, just drop it. Then we're going to read it from here. Stay tuned.
Lono Studios cares about your memories, and what better way to keep your memories than having pictures and videos. As Lono Studios, we cover events such as weddings, kitchen parties, chilanga mulilo, birthday parties, as well as corporate events. If you are looking for quality pictures and videos for such events, look no further than Lono Studios. We show you how the face of Kasama has changed each and every moment. Our production crew has now advanced in streaming live in full HD up to 4K. Lono Studios is well equipped for the service. We have 4K cameras for high resolution, DJI drone for aerial view, live streaming video switcher, gimbal for smooth rotation of an object, and many more equipments. You can book us for live streaming to render your services in sport activities, church services, road shows, corporate meetings and workshops, social gatherings, and many more adventure activities. Book your session now on 0973-173461. Visit or like our Facebook page at Lono TV. Love ain't no bonus.
Hello, welcome back, viewers. Keep dropping your comments and also asking the questions. Then at the end, we're going to read them. My next question, sir, is: are there any legitimate reasons to support divorces?
They are there, and they have been there in time immemorial. And one of the reasons why I wouldn't encourage people to stay in marriage is when there's GBV.
Okay.
I've always spoken so passionately about gender-based violence because I lost a friend of mine in 2020. I think she was in the marriage where people would push her and say, ikalashpikisha. And she was being abused, badly beaten. In the end, she was beaten and she died. So that is one of the biggest reasons I wouldn't encourage anyone to stay in marriage. If there's abuse, somebody's beating you, don't stay. It's better your parents receive you than they receive you in a body bag. Or they hear, that. The issue of cheating, I think it all boils down, just like the Bible says, I think it all boils down to a person's decision. It's a personal decision. But should people stick around when they're cheating? I don't think they should. But if they feel they can stay, let them stay. It's a personal decision that one has to make. Again, lack of love. Where you find, especially on the part women, when a man is not taking care of the wife. You hear Stile ifo ndefwaya tabafwaya bampele ndalmashamishshi tabampele if yakule panga ndabe ne bana ku market. If you find the man is so selfish to an extent where he's depriving his own family, not doing his responsibility, why should the woman stay anyway? So another reason that would make people divorce is language. Insulting. If you they have reached a level where they would insult. Even outside, you've heard ile abakalamba balefunda mufundi barandatenga ngamule pusana mwebene mula pusani na kuchipinda so that people don't. Now you find there is a level where abantu can I've heard cases where mtu alituko naba pongoshi just bluntly outside, yeah, and sure. Everybody's there to see. Why should you stay there anyway? Because if a person, you love that person, if you respect that person, if you treasure that person, why should you insult them anyway? Yeah. So those are some reasons why people would just resort to saying, I think I've had enough. I can't live in this. And another reason is abana, where you find stepchildren are involved. When you are marrying someone, that means you're accepting them as who they are. Ngabaisa na abana, I should love them. Mwana kashiaisa na abana, mama isa na abana, I should love them. Because you should understand, there's a bond, okay, blood bond between those kids. You find muntu asaka nokusatirati awe nishe faba na bobebeke sapana pangata. Why should they stay in that marriage anyway? Because remember, there's divorce, right? Yeah. What if they divorce? Are you gonna go back now? If you neglect your children and say nshebafana ngubalupa, nshebafana, then you say wechishin kaba mebandita bale mifaya na ngumao meterinte mefabarupa. Then what if you divorce? Are you gonna go back there? How are you gonna face them? And tell them, oh, sorry, I divorced, but you can now come back there. But why? You didn't want us. I think if there's no love, the person doesn't love the relatives for the family, doesn't love the kids. But why? That is one of the reasons why people normally are divorcing, because there's no love there. Because if you love a person, you love even the people that they love, and that's how you express that love. And I've always said, if you see that you're about to get married, you find the person is warming up to your relatives, and it's even sexy. A woman would really love a man if she's a single mother. They really love that man. He's even warming up to my kids. Now if they say I don't want your kids, why would you want to stay anyway? Because that is the whole basis of marriage. Marriage there has to be love. Love the person that they love. Yeah.
Yeah, but and that you have to marry your type.
Yes.
So, now it's like safe if your own safe. So like you say, the GBV. Yeah, I think last month. No, I think this month. I'm sure you have heard about the popular musician from Nigeria.
I heard today that I heard that she died.
Yeah, she died.
She was killed by her husband.
She was killed by her husband. She used to be beaten, but what she used to do, see, so I think, I'll be praying for him. Praying for him, but she always beats you. Yeah, like no man's business. Okay, she used to beat her like no man's business. Even I'm sure even her family they knew that. But they even used to tell her leave the man. But they got her akachinja until she was killed.
Or too often, hanging on to the thought to muntu akachinja has made a lot of people live miserably. It's not easy that the person that is violent changes. Of course they can, but on statistics, they really don't. But why should I've always said life is not a race, so it's a performance. Why should you try to put yourself in that and say, okay, akachinja, let me see, and you hang on to that? That is where I said again, the religion has to find a way of balancing when it comes to marriages. They shouldn't distort the meaning of marriage. Marriage just has to be love, respect, and somebody's treasured. The moment these things are not existing, because if a person is being beaten, do you think they are loved? No, they are not. We don't beat people into submission. Even if they are rude, there's a rude woman, you don't have to beat her. Talk to her. If you talk to her, talk to the elders. If the elders can't do it, take her back. That's where separation comes in, because that is the last resort. Divorce is the last resort. So the first step is talk between the two of you. You fail, get the third party. The fourth step, separate. People, because when they separate, they sit back and start thinking, then and thinking, is this really the reason why I should divorce anyway? If I lose that marriage, that man, because of my pride, because of my job, because I feel this, because I want to have my way, if they're thinking. But if you find that they separate and they're still hanging on to the same mistakes, I know I won't change, then the last resort should be now. People should just divorce. Because it's not meant to be. You should understand. Not every relationship was meant to be.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So how can a couple avoid divorce?
I think from inception, right from the start, get to learn the person that you're getting married to. Learn, do they have the qualities? Are they mature enough? Are they really interested in making things work? Do they have pride in them so much that they don't want to sit together and say, let's work things? Are they the jealousy type? If they're too much, everybody has jealousy, but are they the excessive ones? Right from the start, I've always said the reasons why people divorce are seen early on when people are dating. Yala Monica. Or too often you're just blinded by love. Love is blind, right?
Blind.
Yes, and it blinds them. The moment it's for men. Let me say men.
At love is blind, but marriage you open up your eyes.
Of course. And the worst part with marriage is this: in exams you go to school, you learn, they give you a certificate. But with marriage, first they give you a certificate, then you start learning. That is the problem is. So for when the people are dating, I've always said, you look at a man, you're a woman, you're dating a man. The moment you meet him, he says, grabs the phone. Who are you talking to? Who is this one? They start slapping you, and you're thinking, no, it's gonna change. He loves me. He's a loving kind. Because they have always said marriage has to have love has to have jealousy. No, that's wrong. You find the person right from the start. They don't want your family when you've been with. You can avoid that. You can tell them, after all, there's a member saying, you can avoid it. I think I've seen. And that is the stage, the first stage when people get to know boyfriend and girlfriend, they get to know each other. When they are dating, they get to know each other. They even get to know each other more, the plans that they have. That's when you can decide, is this really the person that I'm really have to get married to after I've known them all this time? Do they have the qualities? So, and the most important thing is the person that is thinking that should ask themselves, do I have the qualities of being a husband or a wife? Because it has to take two to tango. It's not just one person doing, it's both of them getting involved. So how can they avoid? I think right from the start, the foundation, they have to build it, ensure that you do, like if it is business, they say due diligence. You want to come and buy something from Lono, you have to do due diligence. This Lono says we can do this, you come and think, oh, Lono does this. So you have done your due diligence. Even when Lono doesn't do it, but he said, but I did my due diligence. I found that they do this thing. So even in marriage, the same thing. I did make sure that she has got the qualities, she's loving, she's caring. But it's just because of my human eye, or they change along the way. Then you can't blame yourself and say, I made a mistake. So right from this, the foundation has to be strong. Then while again, when they get married, make things work. Marriage is like flowers. You want flowers at home? You want them to look beautiful? Water them.
Yeah.
Put manure there. Watch them. Sometimes just go there and watch your flowers. They'll bloom. So that's the way marriage is. Cultivate. Don't forget what you started. You started, I was loving her, I was caring for her. Always remember that. And I've always encouraged people to learn love audit. Sometimes sit down with your partner and ask yourself, honey, do you still feel the love that I used to give you in the first place? Are you still happy? They're going to tell you, no, I'm not happy. Why? No, you don't give me time. Every time you're busy with your phone, you don't take care of me, you don't buy me what I love. Then you start making edits and changing. Say, okay, let me do the best I can. Honey, do I involve you in my decisions? So you should ask yourself questions. So love has to be cultivated. It's a work in progress. The moment you get married doesn't mean you have to forget. Then, let me go back to the bar. Now I'll be hanging out with my friends. You're forgetting that you've got a wife to keep. So you start reducing. I used to hang out in bars around 21, 22 hours. Now I'm married. I'll be going home at 20 hours. And you agree with your wife. Sometimes just sit back and agree. We don't have obviously, it's not always that you're going to agree. But find a common ground. Your wife says, I want you to be home at 18 hours. You say, nah, let me 21 hours. Start arguing and so you agree, okay, 19 hours I'll be coming home. You agree, fine. And when you're coming late, call me. Yes. And always communicate. You can avoid divorce by doing that. Okay. And the most important thing, submission, where you have that in you, that emotional intelligence thinking. I want her to be happy. I want him to be happy. Then you can avoid divorce.
Okay. Yeah. Now, we have heard to say the high percentage of divorces it's coming from the men sides. You find that a lot of men are the ones who divorce their wives.
Yes.
Now, can also a wife or wives divorce husbands?
Of course they can. If they're not happy, why should they stay? They can. If you follow our traditions that we've grown up in, they have always been on the side that is the man that has the right to divorce. But if a woman is not happy, she can divorce. Probably one of the reasons I've not talked about that causes divorce is lack of sexual satisfaction.
Okay.
And it's easy for men to get satisfied. It's not easy for women. And women, a lot of women have stayed in there and have been taught by tradition that even if you don't get satisfied, you just have to say thank you. No, it's not supposed to be like that. And the whole reason why people get married, I will tell you what, it's a sex. Because I can tell you what, if they told you that you can't sleep with that woman, are you going to marry her?
No.
If that man has got a problem, are you going to marry it sexually? No, that is our basis. It's so. If she didn't, it wasn't sex, she was going to stay at her parents. If she wanted to have kids, at her parents. But the whole reason that they got married is because there has to be sexual intercourse between them. And that's of the procreation. That's how we produce kids.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why people have even gone to an extent of divorcing is lack of sexual satisfaction. I've heard women say, I'm not satisfied. They complain to the men. Some men that have pride in them, they say, I don't care. But you don't do that. Don't do that. Because that is your job. You have to make her happy. And the moment you satisfy that woman, she's going to be excited. Have you ever seen a satisfied woman out there? Well, she's satisfied. Because the husband gives her what she wants. So if a man, I think men have to invest so much into that, making sure that their wives are satisfied, that they can make their wives happy, and they can avoid a lot of divorces that are going around. So even a woman can go now to an extent, to a question, coming back to your question, can go to an extent of divorcing a man that is not, doesn't satisfy him. Yeah, she can divorce. She has got the rights. She can say, I'm not satisfied, I'm not happy with this, why should I stay? He denies me sex because there are men that are not mature enough. They have a problem. They say, I won't be giving you sex. That is a problem. Don't do that. The moment you do that, she's going to find, like I said, don't feed your monkey. Somebody feed your monkey.
Yeah, indeed too.
Yeah. So if at all men are on the lookout, they have to ensure that they satisfy their women. And the women have the right, even if they're abused, the woman can stand up and say, I'm being abused. I think I need to get out of this. I'm not being loved. I can get out of. I'm not being respected. I'm not getting what I signed up for. The women have got the right as well to divorce. Although the men are the ones that have been seen. Women by nature they persevere. That's the way they are. But pictures are never. They'll be beaten. They are going to pretend. They are going to pretend to their friends. I want to fear. But they are beaten. But men don't. They're going to just go out and speak. So women also have the right. If they are not happy, the first thing before they rush to divorce, like I've said, there are stages. They have to talk about it. They say, let's talk about this. If the man says, I don't want to talk about this, okay, bring in the third party, bring in Abakalamba. He says, I don't want to talk about it. Let's separate because this is too much. You're abusing me. You're not giving me the love. You don't respect me. You don't give me what I want. Let's separate. They separate. The man feels, I'm not gonna do this. The woman has got the right. She can just say, I'm bailing out. I don't think I can go ahead with this marriage.
Okay. So let me just see the messages before we continue and see what people they have dropped here. Okay. I only have few here. First one, which is coming from Mateo Chisanga Mutale, who is saying, curriculum, okay, Caristas CJ Gondwe, come and get something here. Okay, thank you for that comment. And then here there is a Katepa who is saying fire. All right, we also have Anton who is saying on it. Thank you very much. And then we also have Jinx who is saying children suffer a lot when parents go through divorce. Okay, thank you for that comment. We also have Jishimba who is saying on it, on fire. Okay, keep your comment coming and also ask questions where you need clarifications.
I think I would love to chip in on where he has mentioned the children suffering. Of course.
Okay.
Of course, like I said, even so fushirelwa ifichudira mofiani. Yeah, but again, you need to weigh. Okay, you need to weigh. You cannot stay in a marriage where They're saying abana balachura, but the wife is being beaten black and blue.
Uh-huh.
What are the kids learning? The woman is not taken care of. She's being beaten. She's not being taken care of. What are the kids learning? Okay. I've always said if divorce should be the last resort, but there are reasons why people should divorce. Will the kids be excited to see their mother killed? Will the kids be excited to see their father killed? I've seen people that are suicidal, threatening, and say, "I'm going to commit suicide. I'm going to commit suicide." And people say, "No, don't divorce. The kids are going to suffer." Just it should be like a month or so. It happened in Lusaka. One of the famous woman, she poisoned a kid and hanged herself. She wanted to kill the husband. The husband wasn't there, so the husband survived, and she killed the child. But who is suffering anyway? So there has to be the instances where you have to say, I think the kids, even if the kids suffer, but here is the problem: kids cannot stay in such kind of an environment. There's no love, there's no respect. There's no option. That's why courts are there. That's why courts are there, and the courts do grant. They are the way. Should we divorce them? Should we keep them? Should we cancel them? Should they go ahead? The moment the courts resort to say these people should divorce, they have weighed everything. They have put everything into the equation and feel, despite all this, let this become a divorce.
Yeah. Okay, so the answer which you have answered is also falling on my question, which I'm about to ask. To say, what are some of the consequences of divorce?
Some of the consequences of divorce have been the children have been the ones that have suffered. Where you find if they are living together, you are finding. Let's say the man was very abusive to the wife, then they divorce. But he was a good father. He was just a bad husband. Then when they divorce, he finds, and women normally have a tendency of grabbing the kids because they know that's the whip that they're going to use to whip the man. So the man feels, I'm not going to be taking care of those kids. So you find that the kids have to drop out of school. Why? Because the father is not taking care of them, cannot give them what they want. And some kids, there's no control of the parent. You find gabana wakashana bambokula angala, bambokula pula mafumu. There are those consequences that are there. People divorce now to the couples themselves. They feel, especially the women, are the ones that are vulnerable. Men are very easy to move on when they divorce. So the woman feels she's neglected. She feels that lonely. She starts drinking, taking abuse. In countries where there are drugs are available, they start taking drugs. And we know of Whitney Houston. We know of Brenda Fassie. So they divorce. They start taking drugs and off they go. So those are some of the consequences. Either the kids are the ones that have to suffer, or it's the partners themselves have to suffer. But all too often, it's the victim that ends up suffering more than the other person that divorces.
Okay. Yeah. So the last question before we wind up with the show, since we are coming to the conclusion of the show. So divorce, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
I think it's supposed to be a bad thing. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, it's a good thing, or it's a bad thing, but it's supposed to be a bad thing. That's the last resort. But if you made a mistake, because remember, when we are getting married, we are judging with a human eye. We're not godly. We don't have a crystal ball to see how the future. If we had that, we wouldn't get married. If I know that I'm going to divorce this woman, if I know this woman is going to cheat on me, if I know this woman wants to poison me and kill me, if I know this man is going to kill me, I wouldn't get married.
Yeah.
So in the end, remember, we are just judging our partners with a human eye. So when we find that we made a mistake, of course, that's the last resort. That is why I try to avoid to say it's a bad thing or it's a good thing. But it's supposed to be bad because people are not supposed to divorce. Although marriages are not meant to last forever, but they're supposed to be there for a lifetime. So it's in a way it's not very good to divorce. But if you find that there are legitimate reasons, I've always encouraged people, only divorce if there are legitimate reasons and you've tried to work them out. You've tried your best to talk to your partner. You've tried to involve the elders. You've tried yourself to separate and this doesn't work. Well, there's no option. Why should you stay anyway? Because remember, life is too short. Yeah. We need to be happy.
Yeah. Okay. So any final remarks, any final words, encouragement about people who are thinking, if you think I should just divorce, or couples, any encouragement you can give them out?
Look at the reasons. Are they really big reasons why we should divorce? Because there's some very, very silly reasons that people give when they want to divorce. I think the big reasons why people can think of divorcing is, like I said, GBV. your life is at stake. Okay, even threatening suicide, you shouldn't say, because what often people that think of committing suicide, they always think I'm gonna kill you before I kill, because I don't want you to enjoy. The moment you see the signs there's violence, avoid it. So as much as possible, when you're starting, I think the foundation, ensure that the foundation is right. Ensure that you're marrying the right person, ensuring that you are the right person yourself before you get married. Then know that love is a work in progress. Always try to learn. How can you learn? How can I make my partner happy? How can my partner make me happy? And always don't be selfish. Don't be the first one waiting for the person to do it. Be the first one. And men have always encouraged men. Be the first ones to show that love to that woman. Show that you love her, and she's gonna love you. Show that respect, she's gonna respect you. Treasure her, she's gonna treasure you. Because men don't just have to lead in being a man, they have to lead even in love. And always remember that love can be cultivated. It has to be cultivated every now and then. Water it, and you make it best. That's how it can work. And put your pride away. Don't feel I'm special, I'm handsome, I'm pretty, every woman wants me. No, in relationship, no, I'm educated, I've got a degree. No, it doesn't matter. You have to submit to your wife, your wife has to submit to you. That is what is important. That's how you can make a marriage work.
Okay. After 130, you have to be right, and you have to be right to yourself.
Yes.
That's really quick to my mind to say, you are not perfect, but you want someone who is perfect. Is that fair?
No. It's not. I've always said we've always had our flaws and blemishes. But we should look. I think the good have to outweigh the bad. If a person, I've always said, if they are 70% right, 80% right, marry them. There's no perfect man. That's why there's that song, could he be perfecto? Yeah. But there should be the reasons why you're saying they're going to be bad. They should be big enough to outbeat even a lot of reasons why they are good. You cannot say this man is very loving, he cares for my family, but he beats me. No.
Thank you for having you.
Pleasure.
Okay, so maybe there are people who would like to get in touch with you. I don't know if you can give them where they can find you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I run a radio program, so I've always given my number to people that if they want, they can interact with me on my Facebook page, Isafi Fundi Kunjombe, which is ISAPHY Fundi Kunjombe. Or my number, they can WhatsApp me if they have problems. My number is 0978 78 1478. Okay. 0978 78 1478. It's very easy. Or they find me on my Facebook page. It's just search Kunjombe, they'll find me. I was the Isafi Fundi Kunjombe.
Okay. Are you a marriage counselor?
I am. I'm running a radio program on Radio Mano.
Okay.
Every Sunday, 21:30. And it has got a lot of hype. A lot of people are listening. I stream live. People from Europe and across Africa, they are listening there. I'm doing counseling. We call it the modern day counseling. That's the one I do. As well as I couple with Banachintelelwe, that bring in the traditional part. Me, I'm in there to teach how men can keep their women well. That's why I've always encouraged men that umwana kashwa kulela.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time
21:30 on Radio Mano.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, sir, for having you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so viewers, thank you very much for watching Lono TV and for following the program. So I'm sure you've learned one or two things here. It has been a wonderful time. It has been a wonderful moment. And we say foundation is very important. Make sure that consider the foundation. Don't be taken by the outlook, by the appearance. Just because the man is handsome, he has a lot of money, the woman is beautiful, so you have been taken by that. Make sure, yes, to be handsome is not a wrong thing, to have money is not a wrong thing, but make sure that marry someone who has the qualities, because marriage is not a temple or a thing, or maybe a plaything, whatever it is, or it's a contract. No, marriage is not a contract, it's a permanent lifetime. We have come to the end of the program. I've been your host of favor, and remember, this program has been sponsored by Sajotech Mobile and also Lono Studios. So every Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Saturday, we always have different programs. So every day, make sure you tune into this channel so that you get to hear a lot of things. And remember, before I sound out, this coming, are you actor, actress, photographer, director, script writer, or anything concerning about movies. Are you there outside? We're looking for people who can do that. So if you are there, just feel free to inbox us, Lonos, or you can come through here at Lono Studio. Then you register your name. This coming Saturday, we are going to have a meeting whereby we're going to meet all the actors, the actresses, the makeup artists, and all the people who are behind film making at Bakashana Basambirire. That's where the venue is going to take place, and time it will be 9 hours. That's the time, 9 hours. Venue Bakashana Basambirire. So if you know someone who is interested in this film industry, you can just tell that person to inbox us or to come at Lono Studios. Or you are the one who is interested into acting or makeup artist, you do makeup artists, you are a director, you write the script, feel free, come here at Lono Studio, because we want to showcase your talent. You've been looking for sponsorship, you've been wanting your talent to be brightened to the world. Here is the opportunity for you. So make sure, come. And remember, it's just free. No firma charges, what you need to pay. No, it's free. So make sure, find time and visit Lono. Then you become part and parcel of this program, which you will start running. Okay, so this is where I'm going to say my bye-bye, until we meet next week, Tuesday. Good night.
Lono Studios cares about your memories, and what better way to keep your memories than having pictures and videos. As Lono Studios, we cover events such as weddings, kitchen parties, chilanga mulilo, birthday parties, as well as corporate events. If you are looking for quality pictures and videos for such events, look no further than Lono Studios. Visit and like our Facebook page at LonoZM.
We show you how the face of Kasama has changed each and every moment. Our production crew has now advanced in streaming live in full HD up to 4K.
Lono Studios is well equipped for the service. We have 4K cameras for high resolution, DJI drone for aerial view, live streaming video switcher, gimbal for smooth rotation of an object, and many more equipments.
You can book us for live streaming to render your services in sport activities, church services, road shows, corporate meetings and workshops, social gatherings, and many more adventure activities. Book your session now on 0973 17